And, we went our separate ways. Out of my 7 years, I was only with her for 4 years. So 3 of those years I was single, and I did talk to pen pals and females. But I always told them the truth. I get out at this time. So I've never been in that position. I don't know, but I'm sure it's a lot of guys that do that. You know what I mean?
See, and I went through that with my ex-husband because even though we're legally married, like even though I was the fucking victim in his goddamn case and my ass is still putting money on it. Like
Damn,
I picked up a second job. I was working 2 jobs just to take care of the house and pay all the bills and make sure that hey, we need a food box, we need a clothes box, whatever. Whole time he's got other because I can't go visit him because I'm the victim of his case.
I was just thinking that. I was gonna say, even if you're married, does it matter even if you're married or no?
Oh yeah, no, it don't matter. We were legally married, and he literally, even with like the older 2 of ours, he got picked up. Mind you, I was already the victim of his case, so we're going through. At this point, he's reviolated, picked up another case, whatever. He got picked up 3 days before I had her. Ended up getting brought back. He's going for, whatever the beginning hearings are and shit. Trying to get into like DV court because up here in Summit County they have like
damn it. What the hell am I doing?
For a year, like you're mandated to go like every Wednesday for a year. You go to court in the morning, you go to class in the afternoon, you have to successfully complete it. But then they also make the victims in the case do a re-victimization class, and you both have to successfully complete it, whether you guys are still dealing with each other or not. So, but he was people. But I'm telling you, Summit County is so fucked up in their cases too. Like he got 27 cases in just in Summit County. He's got 6 inmate numbers, and the most time he's ever did is 18 months.
Damn.
The motherfucker is sitting in county now. He got picked up. End of June. In June for F2 strangulation, F3 DV. Got out on bond, then got picked up for violating protection order, got bonded back out, then got caught in the city, one of the other cities up here, that's still Summit County, with her and caught a possession charge, got bonded back out, actually ended up showing up at my job the morning he got bonded out, was supposed to be going and getting put on, because they bonded him with the condition of house arrest.
Right.
Here, if they give you that, you get to drive yourself to the GPS monitoring place and get the bracelet put on and all that. He just picked up another F2 a felonious assault and another possession charge, and they just raised his bond to $100,000. Jeez. That's how Summit County is. Actually, that's funny as shit. If you
that's your girl?
Deep dive, but it's a little messy. She had luck. So, but I looked at it and everything, because I don't know if you know, Packy, because you and I have kind of talked about, like, when you look up somebody's information and all that, right?
Yeah.
You know that if they're a CI,
right,
especially indictments aren't public, there's no public access to it, just for, like, the victims' protection and stuff like that. But if you go deep dive enough into it's fucking public access.
Yeah, I believe that.
Mm-hmm.
You just got to be able to know how to look it up. When I first, like, my situation, there was nobody actually told on me, but I feel like I would have got away with it had dude not said where I was. And when I got in court at our preliminary, they go, well, how did you guys know there was a suspect, whatever? They go, well, when we arrived at the place, the evidence was on the porch. There was a pair of keys. We unlocked the door, which they lied. They said we came in, we found a suspect who then told us that the second suspect was hiding in the basement. Well, when they came down there, they found me with my thing, and then they found me with his thing, because he threw his thing. My dumbass didn't take mine out of my pants. I was just scared. I mean, behind the washer and dryer hiding. He launches his like it was like some shit out of a movie. It bounced all around the basement, slid across the floor, and landed a foot next to me. And I'm laying there hiding, and this fucking thing bounced all around and landed next to me. So they actually charged me with both. But even though he didn't like write no kind of statement, what he said with his mouth, there's another person hiding in the basement. So they said all that shit. I actually got it right here, like literally, like 5 feet from me. I got it right here. And I don't know if you would consider that or what, but a lot of people was like pretty much saying, you know, he told on me. But the thing is, he tried telling people I told on him. And what was crazy is years later I heard that. So I called home and had my mom go get this from the courthouse.
Hey, Packy, I just got live restricted because of talking about my case situation.
Oh, come right back if you want. I would like you to, unless you're busy. That's up to you. I don't understand that.
No, let me explain. Because somebody...
I hope she comes back. Somebody probably did that. Do you know Hazel Smooth? Yeah, I do, JJ. I fuck with them tough. I'll be trying to get them to come in here. Matter of fact, I hope they do. If they pop up, I hope Lola comes back, bravo. Oh yeah, she already did.
She gonna come back.
No, she already did.
Yeah, she gonna come back.
What was you saying? You think somebody did that?
It's alright. I have a couple backup accounts for that reason exactly.
What they saying, Claremont? Oh, they want his money paid. Yeah. Can you shoot a request? Yeah, I already did, Dylan. You didn't see it? I sent you one like 10 minutes ago. Hey, everybody. So if he answers this, hold on. Dylan, I know you don't know how yet. There's a thing. You got to click it. I already sent it earlier. You got to hit accept. If he comes in, I'm going to introduce him. He just made this account, and he just came home from doing a 4-year bid, I think. And he's interested in becoming a content creator. He's seen me doing it. He also knows JB. I don't know. I sent him a request, but he ain't. Oh, wait. You might not be able to, bro. Hold on. You got to go. Yeah, you know what? You got to go live on your own account 3 times for 30 minutes each. It's stupid. So you got to do a 30-minute live session, let it end, and then I think it's 3 days in a row. And then you can go live yourself and join guests. Ain't that how it is, y'all? Is it?
I didn't.
You didn't? Hold on. Let me keep trying. Send me a request.
I slipped through the cracks somehow.
Look, right here. I'm hitting it. Invite. Boom. It says invited, and it's still there. Now hit. Now look for. Oh, it disappeared. See, and it was doing this to JB. I'm hitting it again. And they could see me hitting it on YouTube because I got the phone zoomed in.
You don't have to have 1,000 followers anymore to come up in the box.
I didn't think so.
He just won't be able to turn his camera on.
Well, he should be able to join in. Go out and come back because I'm sitting there clicking and I'm on YouTube. I got it zoomed in and I know people could see me doing it on here too. Back up and come back. But yeah, anyways, here y'all. I'm about to, not that it really matters. It's not even like important. But it's just a simple fact that we were just talking about it and I got it. And, you know, that was, to me, that was kind of messed up because I kind of feel like I would have probably, they might not have kept looking, you know, depending on how lazy. But at the same time, I deserve to get caught and I deserve to go to prison. And I could see why he felt like that. You know what I'm saying? Because out of everything that me and that individual had ever been involved in, that last situation right there, you know, it wasn't just him. I have to admit that. It was, my grandma's. What do you think, Monique? Why do you want to go over there?
Because you're low-key up this way. You're not too far away, Packy.
I guess, Kenny.
Just so you know, because
I wanted you to stay with us tonight.
I don't know if you follow any of the information and stuff up here in Akron.
All right.
But just know that they
done
started protesting this shit up here and rioting back up here again. So it could make waves down there.
About
so
what?
Just
what part are you talking about?
Jasmine Tucker, that 15-year-old that got unalived on Thanksgiving by APD.
We could run up there. No, I was talking to her. My bad. You're saying that someone who got unalived by the cops?
Yeah, it's a 15-year-old kid.
I haven't.
And
I'm not sure if I heard about it.
It was one of the same cops that was involved in the Jalen Walker situation, and a different county and was handling the BCI investigation, and they decided not to indict him.
Come on.
So shit done hit the fan. So just be prepared because y'all ain't that far away.
Oh
That
yeah,
shit
we're
could,
right down.
You know.
We're 40 minutes from you guys.
Mhm.
You're saying shit. Yeah. Actually, last time look, I was in Superior CD in Lake Erie. Anybody who's been there knows that's like the rowdiest block there, and that's like the old K King at Lebanon. Well, I was in there, and there was George Floyd shit happened in 2020, and they were screaming, "No justice, no peace, no blank police." The R word. You know what I mean? And they were doing that, and they were trying to light mini fires, and they were going around attacking random white dudes, and the white dudes who were affiliated were kind of excluded from that, but they pulled us over. You know, we're us being, you know, even though I'm not really actively in that world no more. When they pulled us over and we grouped up in the corner, and they said, "Hey y'all, everybody sit down." And for like 3 or 4 racks in the corner, it was everybody sitting. It was all the white folks was back there chilling, and all the, you know, white, black, and Hispanic, La Raza, Simon City Royals, and GDs kind of all run together in the Ohio prison system. And they were all kind of like standing there, like making jokes, saying like, "Yeah, bro, y'all would be getting fed to the wolves right now." And the fact is, they were going around picking and choosing, kicking boxes, and randomly assaulting people because of the George Floyd thing. And while that was going on, the SRT was squadding up, and it took them about an hour. So for an hour, it was just lawlessness. They were breaking shit, throwing shit, screaming, chanting. I was sitting there thinking, like, this feels like one of them times that I wouldn't have made it out of here. You don't never know. Like, they was beating the fuck out of people.
I see, and I was that one. I was right there on the front lines, man. I was pregnant. I was pregnant with my youngest, and I had my other one in a stroller, a little behind. She was like not even a year old, right there in the tracks. And then when shit started hitting, because they had everything barricaded off downtown. They had the drones, like police were up on top of the buildings, zeroed in on it, like it. But the irony is, the only destruction that took place, it wasn't even like up here as far as the destruction that took place, was by the fucking police. We even had like one of, look, it was fucked up. And now it's kicked back up again, especially because it was a 15-year-old kid. He was walking to his brother's house 11:30 Thanksgiving, and 2 officers that were in the area claimed that they heard bangs and reported to it, and turned around and they see him walking, you know, in front of the school. They yell for him to stop. He doesn't stop. One of them with a rifle at that too. Bang bang 2 times in his back. Two other officers that were in the area heard those 2, showed up. That's when they finally turned their body cams on. Body cam footage shows like them all surrounding around the car and everything. Left that boy laying there for 7 minutes without trying to render him any kind of aid whatsoever.
It's because they know what they're doing, especially with a round like that. You're done for.
Well, they ended up finding, so mind you, his Thanksgiving is cold. He's got layers upon layers upon layers. They found one on him inside a zipped up pocket.
What?
Under like his 3rd layer.
Wait, one of the rounds.
But then a couple days later, they happened to find a casing and said it came from that.
Wait a minute. So you're saying they found a round?
They're saying that they won't do GSR no more.
They found a round in his pocket.
No, they found a bang.
Okay.
In his pocket. It's underneath 3 other layers of clothing in a zipped up pocket.
Right.
He didn't run. He didn't turn. Nothing.
Yeah,
like
they weren't even going to know that.
Look at the But the main officer, there was only one officer who was one of the same ones that was involved in the Jalen Walker situation up here earlier that year. It was all over the news. So,
yeah, I could see that turning into some shit. I just allowed this person as a guest that came in right here. Grateful. What'd you say? Go ahead. I was just letting you guys know.
I would say that's the 3rd up here in under a year.
Why wouldn't let Dylan come in? 3rd one in what? Summit County? 3rd one?
Because we had Jalen Walker, then we had I want to say his last name might have been Thomas. The U-Haul situation. It was a U-Haul situation up here.
Dylan, you could call me on Messenger if you want, and you could be a part of it.
So shit's going left up here. So just head on a swivel.
Do you know about
That's my whole
Mayday?
point.
Yeah, I appreciate that. What about Mayday? The thing downtown.
Mayday.
Akron.
No, I was gonna say I knew an inmate named Mayday. But
Oh shit. I'm talking about downtown. They got a thing called Mayday. Grateful, humble. Thank you for the heart me. Did you mean to send a request to come in here?
No, I didn't.
Oh
I'm
shit.
sorry. But I was actually gonna ask you guys a question. Do you guys know of any nonprofits or anything that can help with I have somebody who's facing life, but they're like not letting him have a lawyer. They're not letting him, like, they're making him represent himself. They're not giving him like anything. He's been locked up in county for 5 years.
what state?
California.
Dude.
Yeah.
And see,
I'm
we're
in
from
the worst
Ohio.
county.
5 years for us, it's 2 years. If you don't figure it out by 2 years, they throw it out or you get sentenced. So I'm not gonna lie, that's new to me to hear that. But I got somebody I can ask, and they're from California. Matter of fact, Amy, the person who just sent the money gun, she's from Cali.
Okay.
But yeah,
I mean, it's even part of the Mirandas and everything.
there's gotta be a law against that.
I want for you. And most, like in Ohio, when you pick up a case, they usually
Who they? Yeah, that's true.
Like a sign of public defender.
Yeah, I know, babe, but it's their first time and they're in the county.
Yeah, they had assigned him a public defender, but then they had taken him off.
Well, I was gonna ask you that. That's what I was gonna ask you.
Yeah, and then he tried to get another one, but then it was one that came in because he's facing life. So it was one that came in and was trying to bargain with him. And he was like, no, like I didn't, you know what I mean? He's trying to prove his innocence. So then he went pro bono. Or pro per, and then
YouTube, will you guys
it's just been a mess since then.
Like the live?
So I would look up and see if you have any like attorneys that are still looking, because a lot of attorneys are allotted to pick up X amount of like pro bono cases a year.
That's currently what I'm doing right now.
Innocent projects down there.
That's what I was gonna ask. What about the Innocence Project?
That's what I've emailed everybody. And then now I'm just going through like pretty much all the county's lawyers and just calling them all to ask if they could help.
Because the only time I've seen this happen is when you cancel your own lawyers and they tell you, okay, you fired your last 2 lawyers, you've ran out, your family's not paying for it, it's your fault you fired the lawyers, we've tried to give them to you, now you're done for. That's what I was going to ask you. But if they're doing it on their own, something don't sound right about that.
Yeah, I know he let the last public defender go, but like he you know how they give you an investigator? The investigator is not even present. He's in Egypt. So like he's on lockdown because they have riots going on. So for 23 hours of the day, so he has no way to study or prep or nothing.
I would see if he has the public defender's information out and request
5 years is
write a letter
crazy.
to the judge that they recuse themselves from the case, because they that might open the door to where he could potentially apply for a new public defender.
Yeah.
Especially if he's like if he's indigent or if he's like they can force him to defend himself. If he was to say defend himself, it's perfect ground for him to be able to appeal if he was.
Yeah, because that's what I had told him that when he goes in
the right to have adequate representation.
Correct.
Adequate representation. So.
That's what I told him to state it for the record for when they opened it up, so that he had stated that he wasn't feeling confident in representing himself and that they had denied him counsel too.
There's probably more to it, not trying to like devil's advocate, like but I would try to look and see if there's see if there is defense attorney looking to pick up some of the cases at the end of the year, but I would say.
Yeah. All right. Thank you guys. I just wanted to see if run it by you guys and see if you guys had any ideas because yeah, I just trying to help him. It's a horrible situation.
Sorry, I wasn't much help. Someone talk to me.
No worries. Thank you guys.
All right, I'll see you.
In Who Day, I know exactly what you're talking about. People, there's so many people that are so divided on that. Like, oh, that cop didn't have nothing to do with it. Da, da, da. People forget that man literally just left the lawyer's office from watching the video of his son being unalive. And so, look, I'm one of those I firmly believe in eye for an eye. Yeah, I'm one of those parents. I teach my kids if somebody hits you, you got all rights to hit them back. Look that. Eye for an eye. But you know what, too, in that courtroom, that man stood there, chin held high. And I think anybody that was a parent would watch that situation. I'm watching that right now because Jasmine, I'm friends with his mom is a regular of mine. My job, like, I know his family very well. And I have watched the decline in his family since the situation happened. And when I tell you that they were really invading, a lot of the city is behind them.
Your dad don't want you going now. It's not too bad.
My son.
They sit here and they try to, oh, well, because you got to think about it. So it goes in front of a grand jury, you go through BCI. Decided that same thing when it comes to trials. Like, it's supposed to be a jury like your peers. But if anybody knows on the inside, like the inside of it, it's the prosecuting attorney that gets to pick the jury. And they'll sit there and ask certain questions to try to pinpoint who they're going to put on that jury. It's crooked as shit. I'm telling you, bro. You turn all the way out. The system is designed to be a revolving door. It is a flawed system. It's a fucked up system. And once on PRC, you've done time, whatever else.
No.
It is designed to where it's going to keep having people come in nonstop. That's why people that are on PRC, that are out with APA and everything else, are still on the state count because they're still getting paid PRC the whole time that you're on paper, period. You are on the state's count as being incarcerated, so that way they're getting funding for you, even if you're not physically there.
Because I bet you would have liked that.
Where? Up here?
Okay, about you always say that. No. Yo, stop saying that. Because that actually you keep saying, we're gonna have family time. We're gonna spend time together.
You're talking about Antifa.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I don't want to get nowhere. Okay, I was gonna say they've been around. They're in situations like what's going on very much so. That's why I was just like, you know, the team. I mean, they put on a swivel in case some of this starts tracking down that way.
I would have been on your way by now.
They usually don't. If it's a high profile case, for example, the gentleman that unalived my stepson 2 years ago, my son, they wrote him to the neighbor.
I don't care.
Because of how high profile the case is.
No, you're not, because I know you're not. No,
Yep.
you're not. No, you're not, because you never got me off. If your dad's saying that, then that's what we're going to do.
Not everything is released to the public. It's happening more often than that. There's cover-ups going for sure. That's why, again, I'm not here. I'm not part of the state anymore because I already knew which way it was going. After watching the situation where my partner got assaulted and then the SEALs then dragged them into the hallway and what they did out of a city down there. And Daddy put a green light on every SEAL that was involved in the situation. So it happens. It definitely does. But it was the same way, like, even because I did Ariel Castro's intake. I did Castro's intake, and they immediately took him down to CRC about a rape because of how it's the same thing with TJ Lane. He did the start in school, and it was all over the news and everything up here. He put TJ Lane down the left, thinking, okay, he made out here. This is that motherfucker lasted and then popped and F Frank for an hour before they broke him. And he had to check it. So,
3 teenagers at her house. What? I'm sure one of them will babysit somebody.
It is weird. When they used to come around, that was, we hated when they would come around. If it's the same one that comes into like the institution, the inmates, and are you eating, treating fairly? How are the COs towards you? Are you getting fed? Are you getting showered? Those investigators.
Love you.
Did they still have when you were down Broward, did they still have CPI coming in, like the independent contractors who would come in and sit there and like interview you guys? And
No, only if something happened. I feel like it would just come in, like if somebody like put Priya or so, like one of them situations, they'd come in and interview everybody. But nah, not that I can remember. I didn't touch them so good.
I'm dealing with some family stuff, y'all. I'll be back.
CPI comes in periodically. They come in like once a year or twice a year, and they'll just pick different housing units, and they're there like for a whole week. And then,
yeah, I know. Yeah, I ain't talking about them guys.
Interesting. I think probably for me, like, because we did it back, so Lev's the reason that you didn't have Daddy Pots anymore. Lev is the reason for a lot of pots. Because you used to be able to get a lot of pots and cook and shit like that. That's the reason you couldn't get hot pots anymore. You couldn't get baby oil for a hot minute. Even then, like, the child, I think the stupidest fight I ever watched go down. As a matter of fact, it was K King who came in, and at that point, K King was modified movement. So it was half a range, got to go to chow at a time. So they would send, like, the low side of 1 to chow hall 1, 2 to 2, 3. And then once they were all back, beginning of chow, the other half, and so there was no crossover. And they come in one day, this motherfucker walks up, takes a cookie bar off somebody else's tray, and dude whose tray was fucking crashed out on him right there in the middle of chow. Probably dumbest fucking fight I've ever seen.
Yeah, and it sucks. It sucks like at Lev and the child if you get in a fight. Well, at least when I was there, because it was happening so often. Because that's where you get your man at Lev. Like, it's usually locked down. So if there's somebody in another dorm, you're gonna try to get him in the child hall. You feel me? But they're getting hit to that shit. So
unless it's one of the housing units you wreck with too, though. Unless they split you guys for rest.
Right. Absolutely. But yeah, no matter what happened, man, it's like 90 days automatic.
Yo, some people don't know. I don't know if it's still was too, but like when I was there, they had OPI down there. Lebanon makes all the license plates for the whole state of Ohio.
That's crazy. Yeah, if y'all didn't know, every license plate you see in Ohio is made in the prison, and Lebanon specifically. That's crazy.
Yeah. When I was there, that's before the farm shut down and everything. The farm shut down while I was there, but it was. So they got the camp down there, and so the guys that were level 1s at the camp, which a lot of people don't realize too, for the guys that work at the camp, they can't work outside the gate of the camp if they're a sex offender. So all the guys that were out on the farm, because we had the pig farm, we had the dairy farm, they had the tractors and all that. They started shutting down right around the time they built the casino across the street because we actually had a runaway from the camp and we found it out in the fucking casino. And this was a week after the casino opened. And yeah, because you got 2 highway access points right there by Lab 2. But you got Turtle Creek. Is Turtle Creek the halfway house still across the street?
Man, I couldn't tell you. I could not tell you.
Lab, then Warren was next door. You got the camp out front, and then across the street, Creek, little halfway house. And that's a state mandate. So like it's a lockdown, kind of like CBCF and stuff like that up here in Southern County. Or Oriana House. We have CBCF, Oriana House, RIP, and TMRC. So when you get out, they order you like, okay, you have to, as a transitional housing, they'll order a lot of these listeners. You're coming out, hey, you have to go into TMRC. You have to successfully.
And you're saying up where, like in Akron?
Yeah. It's like a damn camp. It's like you being at a camp, but after a month you can get a job and actually go out in the free world and work and stuff.
Yeah, so just like CBCF.
Yeah, it is CBCF. We got CBCF.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's what. So when I took my deal, I was supposed to get. So when I did my 5, I sat in the county for a little over a year, then to fight my case, and I got a lawyer, all that shit. I sat it out. Ended up taking a plea for. I already did my time served, which was like I think it was 15 months. I don't know, around 14, 15 months that time. And then so time served, and I got CBCF, which is like 6 months, and then probation after that. So I'm like, all right, man, let's run that. Like, if you didn't know, like at first when I got arrested, I had 2 F1 kidnappings, 2 F2 felonious assaults, F3 improper handling of a firearm, and an F4 DUI.
CBCF. So are you in the Akron area? Or are you in Cuyahoga County?
Me? No, I'm not nowhere near there. I was just wondering. I'm from Columbus.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm from Columbus. But
a lot of the southern counties don't have CBCFs, like, so that's why I was thinking you were up here.
No. Columbus got CBCF. But yeah, so I was like, took that shot, all right, run it. Man, I was the second case my judge ever had. And I wasn't really too worried when I was waiting, we're waiting in the back for court. Dude, I was in there with him. He was like, well, at least I ain't going to prison, you know what I mean? Like, hell yeah, what you working with? He's like, I just got 2 F5, you know what I'm saying? I ain't going, And he walked back in the tank before I went out there. He was like, shot, boy. That bitch gave him 2 years, maxed him out on each, and then ran him. Wow. I'm like,
he concurrent or consecutive on him?
Consecutive. I do. I mean, ran consecutive, so they did that. And I'm like, well, fuck, I still went out there. I wasn't too stressed out because I already got my plea, right? Like, I already signed the papers, whatever. CBCF came see me. I got accepted. All that. Like, everybody already knew what was going on. Man, the judge got the papers, man. I was sitting there like, boom, she got that shit. She was like, you know what? Fuck that. I said, I'm scared if you want. And I'm not a bad dude for real. I was like, man, if you don't make choices, you get out on the street, I'm scared somebody's gonna wind up dead and excuse me, I just wasn't supposed to say that. Yeah, sorry, I knew her. Yeah, but yeah, and sentenced me to 5 fucking years on 3 F4s. That math don't even add up, bro. F4 months would be 18 months, bro. But the F4 DUIs now carry up to 3 years. More times DUI than the assault and the gun.
And the judges vary because we had one of those like, and he lucked out because I mean the judge had been around for a while. Anyway, like totally didn't die behind bars at the rate he was going. Well, they fucked around and they But then we had another situation where, like, for example, my cousin's husband, he was supposed to, they had cut a plea deal. They took a plea deal. He was supposed to do 9 flat. Judge was gone. It was a visiting judge that was there for sentencing. Visiting judge was like, no, fuck that. You're doing 9 on this one, 9 on this one, and we're running consecutive. Oh, and you also have an every year bang bang spec on top of it.
Jeez, bang, bang.
Gee, I mean, he unalived somebody, so.
True that.
That's crazy. I caught the tail end of that. I didn't know you were saying that. I wasn't joking when you said bang bang. I said I didn't know what you were saying, or I wouldn't have jokingly said bang bang. I caught the tail end of that. What was he talking about? Somebody, yeah.
We were just talking about how fucked up the judicial system is in general, and like how you could kind of have it set and with plea deals or whatever else, and you never know.
I've never experienced that, but I mean, because what 98% of the time, like you're going with whatever the plea deal is, like they're pretty much all in agreement, right? Like, or you wouldn't take a plea.
And really, a lot of it depends on the demeanor too. Because I've seen situations where they kind of plea deals and
smiling.
you go, yeah, and then they're like, nah, fuck this. I'm rejecting your plea deal. We're gonna reset. I've seen that shit happen too.
It's terrible because that's all they want to hear. Like I was in a situation, man. I pleaded guilty to a few things that I didn't do, but to the plea just because of my record, all that, like, and that's one of the hardest things. Like, you gotta go in there and you gotta be remorseful. That's all they want to hear. They don't give a.
Yeah, they don't.
Nothing. They want you to be. Are you sorry for your actions? That's it. That's accountability. They want you to take accountability and be, let's say you're sorry. So, man, I'm gonna write
Maximus.
letters, man.
Maximus, let's go.
For something I didn't do, you know, you have to sincerely apologize for something I didn't do. Like, that sucks.
But a lot of them too, like you can tell the judges by if you've ever like just sat in the gallery while either you're waiting for you to get called or your people or whatever, you see the difference in how the judges are with the attorneys too. You can tell if they don't like your attorney. That's right there. You can also tell too, like just watching men versus women. Because they got that on years. The judge that presided over my sister's case, and they sat there, you know, like she situation that couldn't drive in. It hurt. You know what I'm saying?
Thanks for hanging out
Unfortunately,
on YouTube, bro. I'm about to end this.
And